And here we go. Ready or not?
Welcome to Liars Around the Campfire, where truth and tall tales converge, where laughter among friends creates memories and good times. Brought to you by a laughable collective of hosts including Experiencing Arkansas, Narwhal Adventures, Salt and Sweet Tea Overland, Stories Behind the Stones. Together we unravel extraordinary encounters and explore campfire-based experiences. So grab a seat by the fire as we collectively explore campfire encounters, tall tales, and campfire discussions.
Well, hello, everyone.
What's happening?
We appreciate everybody joining. We've got, let's see, who we got some, oh, that's you. We've got some people. Bats Off-Road. Tony, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? What's up,
Yep.
Matt?
And we also have Old Man Old Truck. He's also joining. We're going to have him on someday. He's a interesting guy. He is living the dream, just kind of traveling, touring around, and doing what he wants. We also have some folks joining, so I'm going to get out of that real quick and get back to kind of our intro of what this is all about. So we started doing this, or started this idea. I'm going to do a brief introduction to everybody if you don't know who we are, because you probably don't. So we all got together at Rito at Rendezvous in the Ozarks this last fall, and actually some of us had never even, I think all four of us had never really all met each other. Like, I knew Will and I knew Bradley or Bobby, but then I met Bradley and vice versa in a kind of a rotation. So we got together and we was like, remember that TV show back in the 80s, Hollywood Squares? We should do that and do like a Zoom call or do some sort of a podcast or something. And so we were talking about that, and we've had this idea for a while now. So
it's been a minute, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while, and we're a little behind on getting it going. But here we are. So now, let's see if I can learn how to operate real quick. So we're going to do a quick introduction about ourselves. My name is Jason. I'm with Experiencing Arkansas. If you have followed us and joined us here, we appreciate it. We have our website there where you can see our photography, YouTube links, stuff like that. And then we also have our YouTube channel. And then we also have Bradley, who is with Narwhal Adventures, also has his own YouTube channel.
With zero content.
Yeah, but you've got your Instagram account as well.
Yeah, my Instagram's way bigger than that.
And we've got Will and Nicole with Salt and Sweet Tea Overland. They've got their YouTube channel. And then, well, last but not least, we have Bobby.
That's me.
He is the new guy on the YouTube front and is getting something really cool started. And I'm going to let him explain that more. But I know Kate and I have gotten a chance to ride around with Bobby and around the Buffalo River area and the Ozark National Forest as well. And he has got a list of all of the old, and I do mean old graveyards from 100 plus years ago and 50 years ago. And there's a little bit of a backstory on that. I'll let him explain it. But he's going to introduce a new concept to basically pick out some people within the graveyard and give you a story about them, so that way they're not completely forgotten, which I thought was very cool. No, we're not digging up graves.
No, not doing that.
I'll pass it over to whoever wants to give a kind of a brief introduction of yourself.
Oh, come on, I'll go first. Whatever.
Go first.
So probably most of you guys don't know who I am, but I'm Brad with Narwhal Adventures. My wife, Gina, and I, we are big on the Instagram front. A lot of just goofy stuff that we do. We like to run around with Jason a lot after we met in Rito. Actually, Will, this is super funny because Will I used to watch his videos. Well, I still do, not used to, but I still watch his videos.
Has been over here.
YouTube. And he actually inspired us to take our trip out to Cape Lookout that we did this year. So that was great. And it was cool to meet him and to get to start camping with him. Same thing with Bobby. Bobby's a great dude. And we just spend our time out in the woods most of the time. Shenanigans are my part. That's usually what I'm doing. I'm causing some kind of trouble at some point in time.
He is the camp class clown.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, it's not. You're going to get anything really serious out of me. If you do, you better watch out because something's the matter.
That's true.
Yep. Will from Salt and Sweet Tea Overland. Our thing is just going out, living life. We started the YouTube thing just to kind of document what we were doing and had a lot of fun with it. And then it's turned into a multi-$1,000. As anybody who does this knows.
This
I mean,
is the greatest
what
YouTube
you-
channel
yeah.
ever.
Gallon.
miles per gallon, yeah. So you get the Jeep, then you build the trailer, and then you put the tents, and then you buy the, yeah. So we've just had a blast doing it, and that's kind of our thing. We've got the YouTube channel, probably get an Instagram going at some point. We're on Facebook. We don't do a whole lot of posting, but because like I said, most of it's just to kind of document what we do, but making the videos is a lot of fun too. So hopefully you guys check it out, and yeah.
Your turn, Bobby.
All right. Well, I'm Bobby Thurman. I live in Eureka Springs. Well, grew up in Eureka Springs. I live in Berryville now, but I grew up in the funeral business, funeral profession, and so I have Nelson Funeral Service in Carroll County. Through that, that's what kind of has led me into this idea of stories behind the stones. I do a lot of community events here, and I'm on several boards. But I'm always out in the cemeteries, and I always see these stones, and I'm always wondering who was that person, what's their story. And as I travel with these guys and by myself or with friends and family, and come across cemeteries, we've documented almost 100 cemeteries in Carroll, Madison, Newton, Johnson, Pope counties, and just the list will keep going because there's so many out there. There's almost 100 just in Carroll County, but so many people to talk about and places to go and see. And so that's kind of what my channel would be about. I'm working on a bunch of stuff. We've got several people lined up to come on the show and help me do some stuff. And so I'm looking forward to getting some content out there really, really soon.
Cool. So first, I wanted to send a quick shout out to Van Meer Outdoors. Stand up.
Yeah.
Van Meer Outdoors. Oh, wrong way. There you go. Wanted to send a shout out to him. He designed our logo for us. And I'm sure these guys will attest that I had attempted to make a logo, and it kind of looked like a stick figure with crayon, and it was not very good. And this guy is like
third graders loved it.
it's true. I could have got a scratch and sniff sticker.
It tested well in the elementary school.
And Mrs. Batsoff Road. What's up, Arla? We just wanted to quickly say very sincere thank you. He came up with an extremely awesome logo. It's just he's got Kate and I had dinner with him and his family one night and got to know him a bit more, and kind of told me how he does his artwork with the iPad and stuff and a pencil and everything else. It's kind of a process, but he has such a style about his artwork that is just, it's really good stuff. So I encourage you to go check out his stuff when you get a chance. But and the last but most important thing, we have to have a quick word for our sponsors because they pay the bill.
Can't do this without them.
Right.
It's just me, myself, and I.
That's right. We have no sponsors.
No,
We have no sponsors.
just us.
All good. It's just us having fun, and I think that's part of the fun of it is us just having fun with this, and who knows, see what's going to happen with it. It's also so the strategy is we always have a lot of fun when we go camping. We could sit here all night and tell you stories about how we've laughed. I know, unfortunately, Bradley wasn't able to make it, but Bobby and Will and Nicole came all the way up from Texas and joined us with Kate and I. And we were sitting around at this little camp just south of White Rock. And we're like, well, we could, go out and run a trail or something. And it's like, no, I think we all kind of had a late breakfast and we all hung out. We literally sat around and talked all day and laughed our butts off. I probably got an ab workout for all of that.
Me too.
We absolutely had a blast just sitting there hanging out. And we honestly hadn't really done that before. Usually we're like camping, we get up, breakfast, break camp, and then we're out. And then, some people we've gone with, it's like who can pack their tent and their gear the fastest. It's almost like they clocked it. And it's like, we got 16 hours of trails to ride, and they're out.
Put it up in 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. That's their style. But it's just we've kind of come to a collective of styles. So we really just we have a good time hanging out and camp together, and that's kind of where our we had this idea. So this is us sharing our some of our campfires, tales, and laughter. So without further ado, wanted to kick this off to Bradley. We unfortunately, Kate and I couldn't make it to this camping trip. I think Bradley and Bobby and Tim, who was also on here a second
Yeah,
ago,
Tim was
Yeah,
there.
sure.
He's got my back on this.
made it.
Yeah.
See
We
who
can't go
else?
without Tim.
Yeah, I think Jeremy and some other people made it.
Yeah.
And so they oh there you go. And sorry, I'm trying to multitask. But there was this evidently sitting around the campfire, and there was this massive snake that appeared.
Oh, this goes way farther than this, Matt. This goes back like several weeks, like several weeks.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what got the whole thing started. So
Well,
about
from what I remember, hang on, just real quick. I wanted to show everybody that this is what tonight's show is about. Attack of the Ozark Python, a story by Ama P. Panza Little.
yeah, I have no idea how big the snake was. It was humongous.
It's huge.
It was ginormous.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
There you go. Jeremy says it confirmed. Largest snake in history.
Jeremy was there. Tim was there. They saw it, but it all actually started about what was it, Bobby? About a month ago that we went to what we call horse camp.
Horse camp. Yeah.
That's one of our campsites that we went to. It was called horse camp, and Jeremy and I were there by ourselves for a day or so until Bobby and Kim showed up. And I'm horrified of snakes. Horrified of snakes. So we were out there and we were just kind of chilling out, looking at the water, just messing around. And Jeremy spots this snake crawling on a rock shelf. I don't know how he saw it. Eagle eyes. I don't know what he did. It had to be at least 100 yards away from us. And he saw it. He's like, that's the biggest snake I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm like, it's all right. He's going to be over there. He's not going to come around us. He'll go in your tent tonight while we're sleeping. Everything will be perfectly okay. So, needless to say, he's swiping the woods and everything with sticks, trying to make sure it's scared off. Well, fast forward. We go to horse camp again. We show up. Bobby's there. Kim's there. Gina's there with us. Tim is there. Jeremy and Stella. And as normal, late at night, it's cold. Super chilly that weekend. It was like, 60 degrees? Yeah, it was like 60 degrees at night. It was crazy. And so we're sitting around, not thinking anything about it, making some s'mores, after we picked up all the side-by-side trash. Making some s'mores and everything. So we get up. I get up. Gina's like, I'm ready to go to bed. So I pick up the cookies and stuff. I'm trying to sneak a couple cookies while I'm walking back to the trailer.
To find your honey buns.
Yeah, to go back to the honey buns. Yeah, that's a whole nother story, the hidden honey bun story.
Cosmic brownies.
Cosmic brownies and honey buns. So we're walking back and walk about 10 feet, maybe 5 foot away from the fire, and immediately become petrified. Whoop! Like, you guys don't know. This is super legit. I am horrified. That is exactly what it's like. That's 100% what it's like. Like, I am scared to death. I just basically almost peed on myself, and I froze immediately.
Yes, I have prepared for this night.
That's the truth. That's exactly what happened.
The uncanny resemblance of you and Pee Wee Herman is unreal.
Yeah. We look. I had that shirt on. He had on that night. Same shirt. It's the one I wore at Rito. It's the same suit that I wore at Rito. But so I freeze, and I'm going through, and immediately I run through my head: who here around this campfire is brave enough to come kill this snake? So I skip over Jeremy immediately in my head. It's like, go past Jeremy, and then I'm like, okay. Don't want to get Stella over here because if I scream and if I start screaming and crying, she's gonna start screaming and crying. She got to be Jeremy's daughter. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, Tim, and I yell for Tim, like, Tim, you want to come kill this snake? He comes over there, and this snake is like this. I can't even get on the picture.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even the screen how big the snake is. I mean, it's
I'm
like
starting to question.
no,
the
it's
length
way
of
bigger.
the snake.
Trying to sell you some insurance.
I'm questioning the size of the snake.
This snake was very large. It was exceptionally large. I can't. Gina's not on camera, but I like this snake was at least. I mean, I'm 6'5" in real life. I mean, I'm like, 6'5". And in case anybody in here doesn't know that, I'm like 6'5", like
Like
I'm
5'1"
huge.
with a stool.
I'm huge, dude. And this snake was at least 347 meters long. I mean, it was
At least.
Anaconda.
At least.
It was like the Anaconda from the Anaconda.
That's-
movie. There you
that's
go.
the
That's how
accurate
big it was.
representation.
And so Tim gets up, comes to my rescue, grabs this board a board like a 2x6, just laying in the middle of the Ozark forest. There's just a 2x6. Tim grabs this board and he just pins it right to the ground. And he's all calm and collected. If you met Tim, it's like, oh, okay, it's no big deal. It's like, I just got the snake here, It's just slashing and whirling around. It's snake head, just like trying to kill you,
Big beady eyes.
It was like just staring at. I mean, and then we have to way bigger than that. Once again, it's exceptionally. This is like if you can see my hands outside the screen, it's like this big. So I'm over there, and I'm like, okay, we have to dispatch. We have to use this word, dispatch. We have to dispatch this snake, and they hand me the 12-inch Fiskars hatchet. Yeah, they hand me a 12-inch Fiskars. It's like this long, okay, and there's still about 13 or 14 inches of this head snake sticking out, and it's still just like just whipping around. And I'm going, nobody here has a snake bite kit. Bobby later did say he had one.
I've got one.
I'm like, I'm gonna reach down here and kill this thing, and I'm like, it's gonna bite me on the hand. And so I'm trying to summon everything I can. I'm looking for the sword of Gryffindor. I'm looking for something for the snake. I'm like something, anything longer. Like I don't know. The Rambo.
I was running from a chainsaw.
Yeah, Bobby was going around. And he's like, "Where's the snake?" I'm like, "It's right there. Can you not see it? It's huge."
I admire your tenacity, Bobby. Overkill. I like it.
Exactly. I was getting confused though on one thing. Your wife Gina was like, "Get him!" And I thought she was talking about you getting the snake. No, she was talking about the snake getting you.
Yeah.
She was rooting for the snake.
Yeah, if you guys knew how traumatized I have been of snakes. Yeah, Jeremy, that one was actually hard.
Jeremy's comment says, no actual snakes were harmed in making this adventure. The snake union thanks you.
Yeah, it is like, but this thing was like came out of nowhere. I mean, like we were sitting there, and it's like we'd been walking past this area. What, Bobby? All night?
Yeah.
Like all night. We had been right there where this thing was, and it just shoots out of the grass, just like that. That's the same noise it made when it came out. Like, and
Dust flying everywhere.
Dude, I'm an 8-year-old schoolgirl when it comes to snakes. You want to throw a spider on me or anything else, whatever. I'm running around like, woo, help me, Tom Cruise. Use your witchcraft to get this snake away from me.
Help me, Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you want to do. I just don't want to have anything to do with snakes.
I think it was going for the cosmic brownies in your trailer. So I think it was.
I would have fought for my honey buns that stay hidden in the tent.
I think you would have fought for those. Huh?
You would have.
In researching and getting prepared for this today, I got this. I'm only scared of 3 types of snakes: big snakes, small snakes, and sticks that look like snakes.
Hey, I have told my 2 boys since they were little. I said, we don't watch movies with snakes in them. We don't wear snakeskin boots. We don't play with kids named Snake. We don't do none of that stuff. We do nothing to do with snakes. I won't even go to the reptile house. Like I wouldn't go to the zoo. They're gonna
I'm
learn.
having a little fun with the share button. All right, I'll stop.
But but in reality, this thing was 25 feet long. It was at least, it was huge.
So
It was at least that long.
What type of snake was it? Was it a copperhead?
I don't know.
It was a Copperconda.
Yeah, it was
a
exceptionally
Copperconda.
large, and it was angry. It was very angry.
It was
I
very
don't know
angry.
Exactly what kind? It was poisonous, I'm sure, because it was a snake.
It was a nope rope for sure.
Yeah. It's lethal licorice, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, George Costanza. The snake was angry that day, my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys could have been there for that. That was the most. horrifying moment that I won't even camp there again. I can be honest with you, I probably will not go back there and camp until it's like 8 degrees outside.
Let's see.
We'll have to rename it from horse camp to snake camp.
There we go. So, Mrs. Batts Off-Road Arlo's asking, where is Kate and Nicole? So, we actually have a plan for that. We've been talking about that because, we were thinking, well, it's, you get us together, it's hard to get in a word edgewise. So, you get the oh my God.
I got to know where that came from.
I have no idea.
I don't want to know where it came from.
Anyway,
I've got some CIO contacts.
So we.
Oh, that was too much right there.
You just missed her. So we actually had. We're planning. We've got some ideas and some plans. We thought we were going to get the guys together and talk about tales and things that have happened. So yeah.
Oh, it didn't have a tail.
There we go. Geez. Okay. Anyway, where were we? Oh, the epic snake tale. Okay, so.
He's done. He's finished. He's over. He's lost his complete train of thought.
I have no more
He's done.
left now.
It's a wash. That's it.
So, what else did we have? I had no, that was it. So so this may be a short video. So what was the other thing? So I agree. We're teasing Bradley a little bit. I am also scared of snakes. It's like not necessarily. What was it? Kate and I was watching this show the other night. He was, "Are you scared of spiders?" He said, "No, I'm not scared of spiders. I just don't like them." Yeah, that's kind of the way I am. I just don't like snakes. I just no. And
Turn into an instant acrobat and start doing backflips and stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like Jesus ain't the only one that can walk on water if you get a snake.
Yeah. So you are talking. We've had this whole conversation about snakes. I'm already scared.
We'll have to remember that.
If Gina was able to get under the table slowly without you seeing it because you're focused and Gooser, I think we might see you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
This is a family program.
No, you got to read Mrs. Batts' off-road comment.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh gosh, yeah. Podcast back on track.
That was epic. That was epic. The zipper lube.
So, real quick explanation. All of us got together at More Expo this year, and this knucklehead Bradley over here. Because I had the Jeep was on. We were at Storyteller Row and had the awning open and stuff, and I was like, well, hey, since I'm gonna have the awning open, I'm gonna because the zippers will get hung every once in a while. They just get rough from all the dirt and the mud and stuff. So I had this product called Zipper Lube, and it works great. It's a great lubricant for zippers. Well, Bradley finds it in the back of the Jeep. Next thing you know, it all day long. There's pictures where Bradley and Bobby had posted like it was a product promo, and he managed to get that going viral so much. And he went around to just any strangers, anybody he could meet. Hey, you want to be in a promo ad? Sure. And it was just, he got other storytellers, other product manufacturers. I think you had the Toyo girls,
tire guys got in on it,
tire guys and stuff. You had all kinds of people. And next thing you know, my social media feed is just like literally just blowing up. And it was so stinking funny. And actually, Zipper Lube actually reached out to Bradley, and they were like, "What are you doing? We like it, whatever it is, but what are you doing?"
Yeah, that was hilarious. We were at the Airbnb, and they reached out to us that night. They reached out and was like, "Hey, we saw this. It's trending." And I'm like, "Wow, Zipper Lube! We got Zipper Lube trending." Okay, well, great.
That's just, you got to watch what you have around these guys.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, nothing's safe.
Nothing safe.
We get together, there is just nonstop laughter. I give you a good Bradley story that to this day, Kate and I still laugh about it. We were at Rito, and it was, if you were there at Rendezvous in the Ozarks, you know that it was a little bit kind of rainy a little cloudy, not cloudy, but it was foggy and rainy. And nobody had, like, some people had rain jackets. And Bradley's, like I said, Bradley's like 5'3",
7'4".
5'3" with high heels. And I look over and he's got a trash bag. And he's
Contractor's
got
bag, they're bigger.
The contractor.
He's around with a trash bag going, Dobby has been given clothes. It's random nonstop laughter with these guys. So that's
Yeah.
Nice try.
Sorry.
Tried to throw something at me and yelled snake. Wasn't believable.
Okay.
Give me something else.
So, anyway, we always have a good time with these guys, and so I'm trying to see if I missed a comment. We got Zipper Lube, yeah. Not Kate. Arla says need my girls on here. They're coming. We're gonna have
One day we're gonna have to do the stack on the down low.
oh no, easy, child friendly show here. Still laughing.
Will's like, mm-hmm.
That Brad or Uncle Si. Oh jeez. So real quick, we're gonna hang on. We got a sponsor. We got Crumbs. Crumbs is the new sponsor.
Poof.
Yeah. This Crumbs is Kate's camp dog. He's actually a really good camp dog. You wouldn't think a little purse pocket like this would be such a good camp dog, but he is. Okay, can I kiss his and then you go? Okay.
Crumbs yours.
All right. Now, no barking. Oh, now my dog's jealous.
Oh.
What was we gonna go? One other thing I was gonna mention. I forgot. Oh, so we had we've got some things in the works for doing a follow-up podcast or two with the ladies, and I'll keep it PG. But there's the gals have come up with their own names instead of liars around the campfire, and we'll just leave it at that.
No,
Cool.
I'm out of that one.
Yeah, me too. They're like, yeah, Jason won't let us change the logo. No. No. So, but yeah, we'll be coming up with something like that. But so let's see, let's get real quick kind of recap. Bradley, you've got some trips coming up too, don't you?
Oh yeah, I got quite a few trips coming up.
Yeah.
I got too many actually. We've got a Maris trip that we're coming up that we're putting on for Narwhal Ventures. We're going to do that ourselves. It's like I think we're taking 20 rigs to Maris ourselves. That's coming up. Then we're doing Whiskey and Waypoints in November. And of course we got Rito to go to this year. And then I'll put something on there eventually. I'll put some really cool videos on that video.
And we're going down Pins at the end of the month.
Yeah. We're actually going down to camp with Will and Nicole down there. Yeah, we're going out there and beach camp again. So
It's end of August.
Yeah, the weekend of the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's gonna
really
be awesome. If you've never been beach camping, and like I said, Will is the entire reason that I went beach camping, because I watched the video where he's sitting there and he's covered up and he's like, "There's sand everywhere. There's sand everywhere."
That just makes everybody want to go to the beach, right?
See,
It was like he looked like he had a great time.
I'm trying to remember your Pins video. Is that the one with the bugs or the wind, or was it both?
No, so we went last fall and I filmed all of that. I haven't edited all that footage yet, but that was the one with the bugs. Yeah, we got attacked with the bugs. So I need to get to work on that footage. But we had a little bit of wind that first trip, the one that we.
That's right. Yeah, that was with your old tent and the old Jeep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got rid of the rain tent, so we don't have the rain tent anymore.
Yes.
So now we have the dry weather tent.
What brand tent was that? I forgot.
That was my very first rooftop tent. It was a Front Runner tent.
Front
And
runner, that's right. Okay.
I absolutely loved that tent. But every time you popped it open, it rained.
That is-
It never failed.
I wasn't a believer until I saw it, because we
I
all
sold it
got
to some guy in Nigeria.
See, when was that?
Was he a prince?
I seen it right over there.
Was he a prince?
Yeah, he was. Look, he sent me a check. It was like twice as much as what I wanted for the tent.
Nice.
And then all I did was cash it. Then him the difference back. Worked out great.
So we all got together over near the horse camp, I believe it was a mega camp that Matt uses or something, and we all got together, and it's like perfect weather. It was gorgeous weather. It was nice, it's clear, and it's sunny. And in the middle of the night, like 2 or 3 o'clock, I hear raindrops, and I'm like, God dang, Bradley and his rain tent.
That was the weekend. If you guys haven't seen it, that was the weekend that Jay sunk his Gladiator. That was
And the weekend I got my first dent on that new
you got
392.
your dent on your
That was
jet.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jay was sitting there, and the first weekend I met Jay, and we were out there and we're camping, and he's like, I think I'm gonna take my rain fly off my tent tonight. Look at the stars. I'm like, you better put that rain fly back. He was like, why? It's not gonna rain. There's no rain in the forecast. I'm telling you, you better put your rain fly back on your tent. And it rained in the middle of the night. And he was like, thank you for telling me that. How'd you know it was going to rain? I'm like, that tent right there, if you open it, it will rain. It never fails. It's rained every day that I had that tent open, every night I spent in it. That's what caused all the hurricane-like wind and damage at Rito, because I was there and I opened it.
You were there. Yeah.
We got the whole gambit. We got the fog coming in there. It looked like the outside, looked like one of the battle scenes from, what is it, Highlander? And going on.
It did. It kind of actually did. All the fog rolling through.
I hear drums in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
That or one of the Hobbit movies.
Yeah, I'm cursed. I'm cursed. Anacondas attack you. Storms follow me around.
Now you did use your what was it, your EcoFlow or Zero Breeze or something when you went to the beach?
Yeah. We use the Wave too. We use that at the beach. That turned out really good.
Good.
Yeah, don't put it in your tent. Customer service announcement: don't put that in your tent and turn it on because it will flood your tent while you're in it.
Oh yeah, the sweating condensation.
Yeah. First rule of HVAC.
So you guys have got a trip coming up at the end of the month, Pins, and then of course Bobby just goes every weekend. He's always out and about on hitting the trails. If you see big
El
green
Squacho.
El Squacho, big green Gladiator on 40s. That's probably Bobby.
That's right.
And then Kate and I are supposed to be going and picking up our new trailer, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah,
and I actually had a text message from my insurance company today. I'm glad. It's like I don't think you can tip an insurance agent, but I'm tempted to because she reminded me, hey, have you got your trailer yet? I was like, no, I haven't. I'm supposed to be getting it. I was like, I'm actually glad you reminded me because I slipped my mind. I ordered it back in May? I think it was May, yeah. And I was like, we've had so many. I've had some hurdles trying to get the final paperwork done just because they were slow to respond. Not the financing company has been really slow to respond. And I just was focused on that and trying to get the deadline set to go get it. And I forgot about it. And she's like, yeah, we need to get insurance before you bring it home. That's a very good point. I do not want to go through all of that and then wait, 2-3 months and have some mishap on the way home. But we're really excited about that. We're going to go get our new Kingdom Camping overland trailer. And then we've got a trip that we're hoping to go on. It's depending on how everything shakes out. I mean, it's scheduled. Things are in the works. I've been planning like crazy. And probably bugging these guys, showing them, hey, look where we're going. Look at this. Look at this itinerary.
It's okay. You're rubbing it in. It's fine.
Do what?
It's okay. You're rubbing it in. It's fine.
So we're supposed to take 2 weeks off and take a trip out west in the new trailer, which gives us roughly about a month to basically get it set up, get tags put on it, get used to it, get stuff in it, kind of get a chance to play around with the settings and stuff. And then I was laughing at myself the other day because I was like, you know what? I should probably tow it around town some just to make sure that there's not any kinks in it or anything's going to break before I leave. And I'm like, it dawned on me, I'm pretty sure a trip from Indiana to Arkansas is probably going to be enough test.
Yeah, that'd be a good test right there.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking that, but
unless you're planning on loading a lot of gear in it, then you might want to try that.
Yeah, exactly. So what is this? Rito, the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody was trying to find the bathrooms at Rito, and actually, for Jeremy, it's like, hey, where did your Moonfly tent go? Didn't you have one the night before? It's gone now. Um, let's see what we got. Are you going to do a test? Yes. That's kind of our plan. I don't know if we're going to sleep in it in our backyard or if we're going to take it out to the lake or take it down to the national forest, which I'd like to do. But yeah, we're probably going to try to see how it sleeps. The biggest concern I'm worried about is the little floofer that I had a minute ago. He's actually a really good camp dog. He does really good. He lays down. He's real quiet. And so Jeremy, Moonchain became a kite. It did. We had a huge windstorm come up. If I remember right, it was like 5:30 or 5:45, and I crawled out of my tent and was trying to sneak over to Will's tent because they didn't want to wake them and they didn't want to freak them out either, and they didn't want somebody throwing things at me either. But I had tied his awning down just to make sure that it didn't flip up. And then I looked over and I saw the moonshade was already gone. And I'm like, well, too late for that. But no, we're hoping to try to iron some kinks out. Echo, my dog he's an 85-pound Australian Shepherd, and he's not fun to sleep with. He's sitting on your legs or sitting beside you, and the whole bed is just bouncing up and down because he's going. It's just
How's that go again, Jason?
And then he's just constantly breathing heavy, and then he'll hear something in the distance and then he'll go back to breathing. So you just can't get much sleep with Echo. So we don't know what we're going to do with him, but it does have a fold down shelf. So we're going to have Crumbs. He's going to have his own little poop deck up there, like in a ship. So he's got his own little galley shelf up there, so he can sleep up there. More than what I'm hoping is that he doesn't decide that he misses his mama and jumps off the shelf in the middle of the night and bonsais me right in the chest.
That would be hilarious. Whatever you do, you need to take that horse mask with you. I'm pretty sure.
We may have to get some footage around the Grand Canyon of Kate prancing around in a horse mask. Look,
oh my goodness, that's crazy. We did ours. We picked our trailer up 2 weeks ago. We took ours out. We actually slept in ours outside in the yard before we took it out to. We didn't spend the whole night in it. We just got in there and chilled out for a little bit. But we took ours out with Bobby the first time we took it out, and it was good. It did all right.
Yeah. You've got. You were telling me about this. You got a custom-made trailer. The trailer manufacturer actually made it specifications, and it kind of looks like a hiker off-road model. If everybody's familiar with that. And you were telling me about it. You got a heck of a deal on that trailer.
Oh yeah, it was a super steal. The guy that had it made is a firefighter in Memphis, and he had it custom built right before, or probably right in the middle of COVID, I guess. He had it built in, and it's built on the hiker frame. It's built just like a hiker is, but it's like super stout. And you can't lift it up from the front tongue if you have the back cleats down, can you, Jeremy? We tried to do that. We lifted it on. I was like, this thing is way heavier than I thought it was. And he was laughing at us, going, "Oh, that's the reason why you can't lift it up. The cleats are down in the back." But yeah, it's a good. It's a smaller trailer. I mean, it's about 12 foot long, I guess. About. Yeah, no snakes. Yeah, no.
Well, the biggest question is the new trailer snake proof?
Yes, it is snake proof. That's the whole reason why I got a rooftop tent to start out with. Like, we didn't have a rooftop tent when we started doing this. We had a ground tent. We didn't have a gazelle. I mean, we had the Walmart pop up. That's what we had. When we had the JK and we started, we had it to carry around. And I didn't want to camp in the summer because I'm scared of snakes. I'm always scared I'm going to wake up. There's going to be a snake in the tent, and I'm going to pee all in the tent or something, and it's going to be, we can't throw the tent away. And that's not exaggerating at all. I mean, like, I wouldn't summer camp because I was scared to death of snakes, and Gina does not care. Like, she could care less. She would sleep in a daggum bog with alligators. Shrek's Pond, if there was a campsite there, she would go to it. I mean, like, so then we got a rooftop tent, and the whole reason we bought a roof, Craig, and the whole reason we got a rooftop tent was so that because in my mind, which is completely wrong, snakes can't climb because they don't have arms. So
With that ladder.
they don't have arms and legs.
They're not.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I had so many people that to me, dude, and I was get so and like it'll cause like a turmoil. Like I was like, whoa.
Give this man a heart attack, freaking complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, wind gets a little nuts down there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, like Cape Lookout was 30-mile-an-hour winds, steady 30-mile-an-hour winds while we were there.
Yeah.
And it was
that's where a trailer will be a big advantage, I think.
we don't have any issues out of tent, man. Not that the tent that I've got right now that I'm actually fixing to get rid of is still a good tent. But I gotta keep up with the Joneses. I gotta get another tent.
Sorry. Craig's on a roll.
Yeah, look, there's people have done this to me for like the last 35 years. I worked with a guy and he would find snake skins and throw them on me while I was like working on something, and I would just get up and run. I mean, like you can want to picture it. It's Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights. He thinks he's on fire. That's what it looks like. It's the whole
arm.
the arms are up. I'm trying to brush it off of me. The whole thing is everywhere. Get it right.
You look like that big inflatable thing at the car washes where it's just waving around.
Listen, I'll tell you this story. This is like before we're talking about this. So my two boys were 9 years old. Okay. So we were at home, Gina and I were at home, and they went and got a rubber snake. One of those ones that looks like a real one, you know, the one that pop up, like the real deal looking expensive rubber snake. She bought it for me. She's evil for doing that. But they put it under my pillow in the bedroom. And we lived where we lived at in Wiener, which is a little small community.
You live in Wiener?
I live in Wiener. It's right down Wiener. Look, I'm 10 miles from Goobertown right
now. And he's scared of snakes.
Oh, yeah. I have to think that there is a real town in Arkansas named Wiener. I forgot there is.
That's where I lived.
Good night.
It's like 10 miles from me. Like Gina used to teach at the Wiener School. That's how funny. She's a school teacher at Wiener. Yeah. Look, but it's a whole nother story about the Wiener thing. They bought
More adventures.
What's up, man?
Uh-oh.
But they bought a lifelike rubber snake and put it underneath my pillow and set me up.
That's
Stella's tougher than I am. Stella's way tougher than I am.
Stella's a tough gal.
They set this up. They left it for like half a day or whatever it was. And I got home from work and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go read a book. I'm gonna lay down. I don't actually read. I just use that because it sounds good. So I was gonna go to bed, lay down, and I put my arm under this pillow. And I'm like, what the crap is under my pillow? I'm like, what is this? What is under my pillow? And I pull the pillow back, and it is this lifelike rubber snake. Okay. And I was like, holy Jesus, this is a snake in the house under my pillow. And I like literally, I mean, it was realistic looking. I jumped up and ran in the kitchen. Like literally jumped up, ran in the kitchen. And my house is full of guns, like full of guns. And I bypassed everything, just ran past it, run out to the kitchen door, like almost out on the porch. And I'm yelling, there's a snake in the bedroom. While everybody, and I'm pleading with everybody, and they're like all laughing. And I'm like, it takes me like a good 15, 20 seconds to catch on that this is a joke. And there's not an actual snake in the bedroom. But yeah, they do this to me constantly. It's like, and if any one of you guys, crap, I will poop in your tent. I will I don't know what it is. You all camp with me. Almost everybody in this whole side shelf right over here in comments camps with me at some point in time. So I will pay you back 1,000 times over. Jeremy McKenna.
I don't think, as It's tempting to do that. I don't think I could because that'd be like doing it to myself. Because
Oh, God, I'm telling you, dude, I couldn't pick a rubber snake up to scare you with it.
You can't even pick up a water hose.
I know, I don't. Look, hey, we went to my friend's house the other day. And their pool, listen to this. Their pool quit working. So I'm over there, and they're like, hey, can you go look at our pool pump and see if you see anything about it? I'm like, sure, I'll go back there and do it. So I walk around the corner, and they got a dadgum water hose. It looks like a snake, got the same kind of wiggly pattern on it. And I come around the corner, and I'm like, oh. And I'm like, okay. And it's the same stupid thing. And I'm like, oh, God, there's a snake. I know it's not a snake. It's obviously a water hose, you know. But I'm like, oh. And I go in the house. I'm like, you buy another water hose. Why can't you people buy normal water hoses?
Did you have to change your britches after that?
Just about, dude. I scare myself so bad sometimes. It's like I will talk myself out of doing something.
I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
Bradley's pen name is I'm a pee pants up little.
Yeah. I'm telling you what, I don't even wear snakeskin boots. I told you, so I'm nothing about that, you know. Nope, not a huge snake fan in any way, shape, or form.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, More Adventures says we tied a fake snake to the inside of the lid to a buddy's cooler. When he opened it, it raises up.
You'd have called 911. You'd have had to put it.
Yeah, y'all are gonna laugh until he dies of a heart attack.
Yeah, y'all would have to hit the red button on the Zolio, the SOS button, because I would have been like,
Either that or fill your ice chest full of 9mm holes.
That may happen.
Yeah.
I have a buddy of mine that lives not too far from me. A few years back, I was helping him. He was moving his well house. He's having to put a new well house in because he's on well water. And I'm sitting there, I'm outside, and it's, summertime, and I'm raking and picking up some stuff, doing some yard type work, helping clean the site up where the house was. And I hear it slithering across the ground. It sounds like somebody's dragging a rubber band, a zipper or something. You can hear him. And I turn around, and by the time I turn around and identify, it was like the Rolodex identification. It was like sitting there, when you're doing when you got the slot machines, it's like, danger, danger, danger. By the time I saw it and recognized what it was, I had already drawn my pistol, and I hit that sucker probably about 25 feet in the back of the head with a 9mm. One shot. Barney Fife ain't got nothing on me when it comes to a snake.
I won't even shoot them because I'm frozen. Like this. Okay, I got one more crazy story. It's the theme of the night. It's the Ozark snakes. That is. I will poop in
your tent.
There's a lady. We moved into our neighborhood about 12 years ago, and there's this nice little lady that lives across the street from us. And we were outside working in the yard, and she starts yelling. She's like, "Oh, help me!" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, something's going on. This woman's in trouble." So, of course, I'm a semi-brave guy, so I run over there, I'm like, let's go see what's going on. Get over there, and she immediately goes, "Hey, there's a snake in my garage, and it's trying to get in my house." And I'm like, "You have done messed up. You over to
on your own system,
and I can't retreat now. I'm already in here." So Gina comes over to the house. We're sitting there, and she's like, "What's going on?" She's like, "There's a snake in my garage, and if it gets in the house, my husband's sick." And she goes, "And we won't be able to." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "All right, let's throw some bravery on for just a second, and let's get this snake." And I'm like, how big is this snake? And she goes, "It's just a little bitty black snake." And I'm like, "Okay, I can handle that. I'm kind of tough. I'm gonna try to handle this because this lady's already called my bluff. Now I've got to try to do this, And Gina's just like, "Oh, this is fixing to be funny. That's right. This is fixing to be funny." So there's a little bitty tail sticking out, and it's like I get a stick and I poke it. I'm talking like it's a stick, but I'm like poking at this snake's tail, and I got a hold of it, and I'm like trying to drag it back, and it just keeps getting longer and longer. And I'm like, "Did you see its head? what kind of head does it have? How big is this snake?
Before I pull it out.
Gina gets this. Gina finishes up. Gina gets the snake out, and it's like an 8-foot long snake. And I'm like going,
You're frozen.
I'm like, oh my god, why am I even over here? Don't go answer help calls anymore. Leave them alone. Gina ended up having to save the day on that one because I was in shutdown mode.
Real quick, don't worry, we've got it. This should be recorded and saved. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that it's going to be saved and on our YouTube channel here at Liars Around the Campfire. So you should be able to go back and watch the beginning. And let's see if I can find it. Just since he missed it earlier, just letting him know that, wanted to have a quick thank you to all of our sponsors.
It's just me, myself, and I.
I'm having too much fun with the buttons. Oh, geez. So we've got about 9 minutes here before we're going to wrap up. But I think we covered the snake attack and the snake tail. Because the funniest thing is we knew we were going to have we were trying to launch this podcast and we were trying to nail down a date. And I had a lot going on personally. I was changing jobs and some other stuff. And I was like, let me get past some of this stuff. And I finally said, you know what? August 1st. First day of a new month, let's just do it. And I think it was the weekend, it's like 2 weeks ago when this snake tail happened. And we're like, oh, that is absolutely what we're going to talk about.
It was huge. It literally
was. Tell me the details because I want to hear about this. So we covered this earlier. Yeah, but was it? Nope. Does anybody know what type of snake it was other than
it was the biggest copper monster I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was a Anaconda.
Yeah, it was actually a copperhead. It was a huge copperhead. I mean, it was like.
In your defense, copperheads and water moccasins are not two snakes to be trifled with. They have a bad temper. They're kind of.
They're all angry. They wake up pissed off right off the bat.
I mean, it's like you get in a truck, you drive to Jersey, you find the first person you can, and you just slap them. I mean, it's like they're just mad all the time.
Instant 12-gauge material.
and a copperhead can get, and copperhead and water moccasin both can get
up to 37 feet long.
That one was.
It was big. It didn't actually have arms, but it could have. I mean, I've lived much longer.
We've been laughing about this story for the last couple of weeks, and I couldn't help but kind of get some of the stuff ready for tonight, just for some comic feel here, because this is the kind of stuff we do when we go camping, and we sit around laughing, having a good time with each other, and it's like, and the coolest thing about all of this to me was that Kate and I first started this, and I kind of started it myself, and I met Kate, and then we got married, and then we started like, let's do this together, and we kind of started like, let's see how far this goes and what can we do with it. And because it all of a sudden kind of started getting bigger, and it started blowing up. It blew up and then it leveled off. But it got bigger, and then I think it was Will had reached out to me before Bonfire, year before last, I think it was, and was like, hey, we'd love to go camping. I'm like, hey, I don't know you. You're somebody from Texas I've never met.
Weirdo.
Yeah. And
I might be a murderer.
I see him at Bonfire, and I'm like, oh, hey, these are actual people. So I'm like, so we got to talking to them and hanging out with them, and we got to laughing, and just instantly clicked and connected. I told Kate we got in the tent that night, went to bed, and I was like, we should, give them a tour, because we were trying to think about how we were going to go home the next day. So let's invite them to follow us out, and we'll show them and kind of give them the penny tour around and show them some stuff. And they did, and we got to talking on the radio and had a good time, and told them about, because they had a couple of more days. That's the first time they've ever been to Northwest Arkansas or Ozark National Forest, because they'd seen Matt's videos, they'd seen our videos, and it's like, we got to go up there. And so we showed them a couple of places, gave them some waypoints to go. Matter of fact, I think we all went to Jasper Cafe, had introduced them to the Jasper Burger and had lunch. And so we gave them some waypoints and guided us that here's Bub's cabin, here's where the Union Schoolhouse is, here's a couple of really good campsites to check out. So I think they stayed around for a day or two, and then next thing you know, I think it was like a month or two later, they're like, "Hey, you guys want to go to Colorado?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do actually. Yeah." I was like, "Let's do it." And I was like, "Yeah, I realize we just met you people, but yes, let's go to Colorado with two strangers."
They didn't
And
kill us last time.
yeah, exactly. So we got to know them that way, and then I had actually met Bobby at the More Expo 2 years ago.
Yep.
Was it 2 years? 2 years ago.
Yep.
It was previous to this.
Yeah, 23. Yep.
He had
More
never
Expo
heard
23.
of us. Never. He just saw Arkansas on our tent, walked up, and was like, "Well, I'm from Arkansas. What part of Arkansas?" Bobby, just being who Bobby is, he knows everybody. And so we got to talking to him for a while. We ran into him at OR like a couple months later or something.
Yeah.
I remember we were at the More Expo, and then somehow we connected on Facebook or something. We got out, and so then trying to get ready for the show, and we're like, well, let's get us a big group of people together. So I invited, Will, so you guys got to come up, and invited Bobby, and then we invited Jeremy and Ellen, Camp Defeated, also at More, and Jeremy's like, "If you don't mind, but I invited this guy named Bradley." Like, okay, sure, fine. So everybody kind of all got in a way, and everybody just clicked like a couple of puzzle pieces or something, and probably because of Bradley's constant funny fails and stuff.
And now we're all the best of friends.
Yeah,
We're like a bunch of Lego pieces that were left out of other packages. It was somehow we ended up together.
from the island of misfit
On the island of
toys.
misfit toys.
Yep. So we all always have such a good time camping, and that's kind of how we all got together, how all of this kind of came about, and so that's why we decided to do this. So who knows? We may do this once a month. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll try to get it out there in a couple of weeks out before we do the next one. And so I've got about 2 minutes before we're out of here, but I do apologize if the beeping. I think I am the source of the beeping. I don't know what it is. I think my computer is trying to tell me that there's a USB device that it does not like. So
Your battery's probably about to die. I told you your smoke detector.
yeah, probably the carbon monoxide detector. So this, I have to agree with Don Day. Quote of the night: "I will poop in your tent."
That is a promise.
That's you got to say that with like a Will Ferrell voice. "I will poop in your tent." All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's going to wrap us up. We appreciate you joining us. This is our very first podcast, and hopefully we will have even better content to talk about and funnier stuff next time.
Completely unscripted.
Completely.
Yes. Yep. No goals set here, just us hanging out and inviting you guys to join in with us. So it's, in a sense, we get this big collective campfire going. So we appreciate you guys, and thanks for joining. Thank you. We appreciate it. And we're going to see if we can invite a few people on. If we keep doing this. Better people.
What are you going to
Hey,
do?
we're going to tell them the story. We're going to tell them
What
the story
you
of
got?
a crazy night one night, Jeremy. We're going to tell them the story that happened to us at the moccasin camp.
Oh, yes. Now that's definitely, that's going to be the next one.
Yeah,
That's
Jeremy will
gonna
have to come on and be a guest on that one for the moccasin camp.
Yep, that's going to be the murder mystery on the next one, or almost murder mystery. All right. Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
I got to leave that little cliffhanger out there. All right. I think that wrapped us up. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate you joining.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
thank
it.
you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
for
you
coming.
very much.
We had fun.